Well, she said that I didn't have an appointment there today with Lisa, so I'm my therapist. So I'm really confused. She did say I had an upcoming appointment with the doctor, so I took a card that stated when that is. Really try to get in there in person. I mentioned the gal that was inside that hands out masks, does temperature checks, that, I was very uneasy about a guy that looked like he came out of the clinic that was lurking right in front of my car. He had approached me and solicited me for a cigarette, which just I don't understand how that's acceptable behavior. I mean, if you want a cigarette, you need to go, buy a pack of cigarettes. If you don't have the money for that, you need to not be smoking. But certainly don't be approaching people in their vehicles. I'm really nervous about people vandalizing my vehicle or breaking into and stealing stuff out of my vehicle. I've had that happen more than enough times that it's a legit worry. And especially somebody like that lurking around, it doesn't seem to be. I talk about people being harassed because they look suspicious, but that guy straight up looks suspicious to me. Like, seriously, why are you sitting on the wall right in front of my vehicle? I mean, even if you are waiting for transportation, why are you doing that by my vehicle? Go wait in the waiting room. That's what it's there for. That's why it's called a waiting room, so you can do your waiting there. Or directly in front of the building. But certainly not directly in front of my vehicle. After you've already kind of approached me and harassed me. Yeah, not cool with that at all. Anyway, I am not doing good at all about getting this story out about 7-Eleven. So anyway, I told the guy to give him a ride home, bought me a drink, doo-dah. That was fabulous. And again, we drive off, and his friends are like thanking me as we're getting in my vehicle. Straighten out the seat. I've always got a handful of things, when I'm rolling solo. I've got a handful of things just sitting in the passenger seat. Like right now, I got my sun visor. I got a bag, which I'm going to recycle. A Whataburger receipt, a couple of napkins, a micro USB cable, and my hairbrush. Not a lot of things, but things that would need to be moved where somebody can sit there. And things that I might need to reach over and grab or use. So, anyway, dude gets in the car, and he's very nice, friendly, and we're just kind of talking about how he was going to pick up his kid, and now he's late to pick up his kid, and issues with the car, and just was super thankful. And I kind of told him that I would just functionally feel like I'm living in my car and really struggling to find regular work. And that I remember what it was. So he told me where he was going, 20th Street in Oakland. He goes, but you can't get directly to 28th Street from here, because I was pulling out on a McDowell from near 24th Street, just east of 24th Street from the 7-Eleven. He's like, you can't get there from here because the canal's in the way. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm well aware of the canal. He said, I'm actually really good at getting from point A to point B and know where pretty much all the canals are obstacles. I was a cab driver off and on been a cab driver off and on most of my adult life. And he goes, oh really? Because I'm a driver too. I'm a bus driver. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I said, yeah, I just went back to driving cab maybe about a month ago, but had to stop on my fourth. I was just made like $400 a day for 4 days straight, and then on the fourth day I got into an accident. It was pretty much my fault. He goes, that sucks. I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, do you know if you're going to be able to go back to work or not? I said, no. I said, I haven't gone back there, but I haven't. I was kind of hoping to get a call and let me know one way or another, but I haven't really gone back. And at this point, I figure I'm done. really bummed out about it. He's like, oh, that sucks. I'm like, yeah, it's one of the few things I feel like I actually do really, really well at. And mind you, I'm like, I turn right and then turn left into a back road, and I'm back roading like directly, through the neighborhood towards this place. I'm like, yeah, I know all these back roads. I know how to get, pretty much anywhere, any time of day, not getting stuck in traffic. And I know when there's going to be a canal in the way. And so we had, a conversation about that, conversation about him going to get his kid, and just how it's really bad timing with a car breakdown. I'm like, yeah, I've said, he's like really thankful that I was willing to help him, just because, most people are not. And I'm like, no, I feel you. I said, I've been there more than a few times myself where things are going fine, and then a vehicle breakdown, and just all I need is, a ride to, I need is a short ride, and just nobody's down, so no problem. And so the guy was, I was just super appreciative, and it felt really good, to help him out, especially, as he was telling me what was kind of on the line and how he was going to pick up his kid, getting vaccinated, and yeah, like, obviously the guy's a good, hardworking guy. I mean, the guy's a city bus driver, so felt good to just help out a random stranger. And then when I got him to his house, I didn't ask for anything at all, and he went ahead and gave me a $5 bill just for, it's like, hey, hopefully this will help you out, keep you going with some gas and stuff. And it totally did. So kind of weird. I'm talking about how $4 isn't going to move the needle. $4 on a credit card isn't going to move the needle. $5 cash in my pocket moved that needle quite a ways. So yeah, because I'm hearing Dave Ramsey's voice in my head telling me that it's the same thing, and that I'm an idiot. But with the way I'm living right now, it's really not. I was thinking it was Dave Ramsey's voice right there, but it's not. It's
that's where Gilbert Road is sharing the southbound bridge.
So anyway, that's the whole story. Wasn't really much of a story. I don't know why it's taken me spread it over so many vlogs to get it out. Always get distracted by Prius right there that looks like it might roll out in front of me, or a creepy guy, coming up to my window and knocking on me and trying to solicit me for a cigarette, just in a situation where he shouldn't really be approaching a stranger. Like, if he was in the parking lot with a vehicle that wouldn't start, then he did a jump start, I could be down with him tapping on my window like that. Like, that's a need. But I just refuse to see a cigarette as a need, ever. I mean, I enjoy drinking beer, but I've never, ever asked random strangers, hey, can you buy me a beer, when I didn't have the money to get a beer. If I don't have the money to get a beer, I don't get a beer. End of story. If I don't have the money to buy a beer, I don't need a beer. I've lost my beer privileges. Unless somebody randomly out of the kindness of the heart offers to buy me one. But I'm certainly not trying to pressure anybody into doing that. That's my opinion. And of course, your opinion may be different. Apparently smokers find this to be completely acceptable behavior, especially smokers that don't drive. Yeah, that rattled me. And it rattled me more that after I told him that no, and this is unacceptable behavior, he shouldn't be smoking. He didn't walk away. He continued to just hover around my car. So, yeah, not cool. If you do that kind of thing, don't do it. Alright. Not sure why I'm still rolling video. I don't think I have anything real important I need to be talking about right now, or anything I was trying to get across, other than the 7-Eleven story, which meandered for way longer than it should have. to no great climax. It felt a lot more positive at the time. The $5 felt like a really great unexpected reward. Oh, and it was in a dead-end street, so as I turned around, I noticed 3 aluminum bottles on the side of the road. So I was able to get that added to my recycling pile. Again, not moving the money needle a whole lot, but it helps a little bit. It made the cul-de-sac a little cleaner. So felt good about that as well. Right now I should really be getting my Circle K drink. Of course, it's such a crapshoot going into Circle K's, hoping they have cups. The last one that I went to, it was after I shot my last video last night, and I wasn't shooting video. I was just trying to find Wi-Fi to upload them and trying to keep plugged into the charger so that I could have enough power in my battery. I saw so much phlegm in so much phlegm from that damn infection. Yeah, the Circle K I ended up going into one at 24th Street in Indian School, and they did have cups. They weren't completely out, but all they had was a bunch of 44-ounce ones, which, as I've demonstrated, don't do me any good because they absolutely do not fit in my cup holder. When I put my car in park, if I put them in my cup holder, they hit my thermostat controls and they don't sit in straight. They sit at a very not good angle. And then when I put my car in park, it will smash the cup. And if there's enough contents in the cup, it'll just make a huge mess. So yeah, not acceptable. Not to mention that 44 ounces is just a ridiculous amount of liquid to be taking in at one time. Ridiculous amount of soda to be taking in at one time. I mean, I'm sure most doctors would say 32 ounces is a ridiculous amount, and I don't disagree with them, but that's the amount I'm accustomed to and want. It fits nicely in my cup holder. Now they did have also 16. They didn't have many of them, but they did have some of the 16-ounce cups. And I normally don't mess with the 16-ounce cups, even though that's might be a more reasonable size to get. I don't always finish the 32-ounce cups, which is, fine. But yeah, I usually always finish the 16-ounce cups and wish that I had more when I get those. So, but I went ahead and got that. I'm like, what the hell? I'm about ready to call it a night anyway. So. Oh wow. Love showing the homeless encampments that I find when I find them. This doesn't strike me as a homeless encampment as much as it strikes me as a homeless parade that I just saw off to the right. This is a fun street. Trailer parks on the right, trailer parks on the left. We're actually on a city street. Not like I have a problem with this. These are mostly hardworking people that live in these trailers. So, and there needs to be housing that they can afford. So this is real affordable housing, not what people generally refer to affordable housing as affordable housing, which is government messed with stuff. Sad seeing trash next to this park. I used to go to this park with Lily a lot, and there never used to be trash there. All right, so we're coming up on it. It's going to be on the right. Wow, all these buildings on the right are in horrible, horrible shape, and I don't think you're getting video of them, but a whole bunch of them boarded up, and I bet there's some property investors trying to get up on all of this block so they can put luxury condos in and price all the people who live here out. But anyway, here we are. It looks like a homeless parade of bicycles and trailers and shopping carts. Oh no, it's all broken bicycles and shopping carts. We got an encampment here. No tents. Phoenix don't put up with it. Alright, some dude waving it from there. Yeah, a little bit of Los Angeles right here in Phoenix. Alright, that was fun. Alright, back to my quest to find a good Circle K. Oh, and we got a zombie crossing the road, mid-block, jaywalking. That's half naked. Good times. Yeah, this stretch of 32nd Street, not so quality. I'm on 32nd Street southbound, almost to Oak. And to turn that 100% around, I would love to own a house in this neighborhood. The streets that have houses, most of them are pretty darn nice. This street, yeah, the riffraff walking the street. Meanwhile, I got a guy right next to me. They just passed me in a really nice really nice Tesla, and I had somebody else just pass me in a really nice Lexus. And more likely than not, it's 4:39. They probably just got off work. It's some really nice paying corporate job to the north of here. There's a lot of corporate offices around 32nd Street and Camelback. And they're probably just heading south to the Loop 202 freeway to get on it. Looking at all the riffraff they're driving through and thankful that they're commuting to a nicer neighborhood. Man, I wish I had some sideways facing cameras. I'll pull my camera off for a second. Hopefully I get a good video of this and don't mess up my mount. But property right to the right. It's a pretty good sized lot that's just sitting empty. Some investor. I recall there used to be, I can't remember if there was a house there, I think there was actually a house there with a large backyard. And there's some investors sitting on that, waiting to acquire some adjacent properties and make some bank. Okay, my phone is ringing, and I think this is one I want to answer.